Hello. Good to see you.
Okay, everybody. We are back in the City of the Falling Flame, and this time we are going to be running a Demeter build with the Demeter blood code. Here's some of the stats. Now you'll notice we're slow on everything, and this won't matter here in a little bit. So to proceed from the City of the Falling Flame, we head to the Iceless Falls. And if you didn't know, the patch 1.5 for Code Vein came out last night, I believe midnight or just a little before midnight or so. Pretty awesome stuff. P21 Pinky and Red Army 313 and a couple other channels put out some good information on those. Go check out their channels. It's really nice, really good, really in-depth, and apparently we can play piano now. So if you've ever wanted to play 10-note piano, you can do that now if you want. So remember we were here once upon a time, and now we go down this hallway that we skipped. This hallway is important to not skip on your first playthrough, or whenever you're doing the good ending or perfect ending. You want to come down here, run up there, and then there's a extra vestige that's over there. See the red? It's right there behind that giant. Whoa, that scared me. Okay, so we'll just keep running away from this ball. We don't need to worry about this ball. So we're running into the... Oh, Louie. We're running into the Crown of Sand. Now, why this place is very interesting is that it has sand. Go figure. So what this sand will do is it drains all your ichor the longer and longer and longer you stand in it, at about 1 or so ichor per second. Now typically what happens is you run a high ichor build all the way up to this point, and then you get to this point and you say, well, I guess all I have to do now is just put on Atlas or something like that, and I just do a block and slash kind of a thing. So I found out last playthrough, I don't know how many people know this or not, but Louie's communal, for whatever reason, because of the dashing upgrade that it yields when you use that communal with him, it works as a quick dash across the sand as well. So we are going to attempt to run a high ichor build here.
The successor who created this crypt.
Yes. This successor is very important to us, as we will be saving her. So the interesting thing is that when Louie's communal is active, here I'll show you, it yields a quick dash, no matter what equipment, no matter what anything you're wearing. So now we are quick with a very heavy blood code, a very heavy blood veil, and a very heavy weapon. We're going to go with the Sharur hammer, the Snowdrift Sharur, and the Azure Greatsword, just so we can have perfect block, 100% block on all things. So no matter what we're facing, we will be able to block, and we can switch out between weapons at will, and they're both ice, as this area is weak to ice, no matter which enemy you're fighting. And we're going to be making heavy use of Louie's communal as much as we can. And check out these wings. These wings are awesome. So they make my warrioress a little just that much more amazing. So for example, we will run over here, and we're going to be running a dash in, dash out kind of fast hybrid mage hammer build. And then I'll show you my blood veil. So we got all our ichor back in one backstab. So that's a little ridiculous as well. Yeah, it does, but yeah, don't worry, Louie. Yeah, I'm okay. Hey. And we are a dark We are a dark
Let's use it well.
caster as well,
We should check that out.
and so we can do casting and hammering all at the same time. And we are also going to be running... Why am I... What? Why am I heavy? This is weird. Okay, well... Look, I'm like walking. This is weird. Okay, well... Okay, I've not seen this before. So we're running the Ruinous Chevalier, and we can get, because we can raise our drain rating to 2.25, which is the highest in the game, or we can run the Ivory Grace, which is fairly close in drain rating. If we want to run the Ivory Grace, we can still get back a ton of ichor, but we will have both light and dark gift scaling. And since we're going to run Cloak of Winter, we're going to run the Ivory Grace. Now we have Lifesteal, as we will be casting gifts here and there to be able to... I still don't know why I'm heavy here. Alright, let's go back, and this might be some kind of bug. So this way we can cast both light and dark all at the same time. And we will also be able to be quick. Let's see if we're... Okay, there we go. So it must have been stuck in the sand for some reason.
Sorry. I'm on my way.
And we will also be able, because of Louis' communal, we will be able to be quick in the sand, we'll be able to dark and light cast, and we'll be able to hammer and sword defend everything. So see, we can go with the heavy sword. We can get one backstab, we'll get all our ichor back pretty much, 18, so instead of 20. And we don't... So this build is a don't get hit kind of a build. Because you will die basically in one hit. Okay. And we also have Lifesteal on, so we can get our health back because of auto heal from the Demeter Blood Plague. So we'll cast that. Now, why can't we use this? I thought we had an A willpower. We have B. Oh, that's right. I forgot. So there we got hit once, and we basically died. So this is a very fragile build. Why am I... Every time I go over there... That is very strange. Oh, there we go. Is that something new in the update as well? I don't know. I'll have to check that. Okay, a bit of a rough start here, but we'll get through it. Alright, so we'll turn off Lifesteal, and we'll go with a Strength and Willpower. So that way we can use Baba Yaga's Gaze. Go with Louis' Communal again. So that's the problem with this build, is that it's a completely light, you just gotta tank everything as much as you can by just not getting hit, and that's the hard part. Why am I so slow? And it's also dependent on if you get... What just happened? It's also dependent on if you get backstabs or not, which in this area it's very difficult to get backstabs because these guys are just ridiculously skinny in their back portion where that backstab happens. I don't know why I keep not being able to run. That's kind of weird. Okay, well.
Thank you.
Okay. So maybe this isn't going to go as good as I had anticipated. We'll just get through here. Get this guy. And then we'll go for the big guy again. There we go, we can run now, at least. So we got the backstab on this guy, that's good. So we can go ahead and hit him with a Baba Yaga's Gaze. And of course we have Cloak of Winter on. So we can hopefully get another backstab here. And then we can hit him with both Freezing Roar and Cloak of Winter. And then we can block. Oh, good job, Louis. Block. Okay.
Pick up something we can use? Dead end.
There's Harmonia B. We're gonna save Eva on this playthrough. Or on this run through. Now this guy up here, we'll just let him drop down on us. We'll knock him down with a thrust. And maybe we can... And this hammer and the sword both have 100% block on all damage that's incoming. So these two will help us when we get stuck in the sand. See, now we're slow in the sand because we don't have any ichor to make up Louis' communal. So we'll come over here. We'll grab this guy. Try and get some more ichor up. So that's the whole point of this build, is that you can get in, get a whole ton of ichor, and then get out before anything goes on. And if you can be lucky enough to get a backstab, then you'll be able to refill your ichor really fast. Let's knock this guy down. Okay. And if we get so lucky, we can buff ourselves with an ice attack. What in the world? This guy. Yeah. See, getting that backstab is just really difficult. There we go, we got one. So that'll fill us up here. So we get 18 ichor on a backstab. That's pretty good. See, now we're leaking ichor, so we should probably put on a coagulant. And we should probably heal up. Now this build obviously is kind of just not ideal in any sense because you're constantly having to heal, and you'll probably run out of heals by the end. Oh, if he does that, we can get a free backstab usually, so that's very nice, and that'll fill us up quite a bit. Get us Louis' communal here. So we can sprint across over to here, and then we can get back to solid ground over here before this guy chases us down. Yeah, come on. Come on. And then he does a run. Can we get a backstab? Nope. Okay. So now coming up here with these guys, the guy you want to backstab first is the ninja guy. If you can get it. Oh boy. I did not get it. And the reason you want to backstab the ninja guy is because he, his animation is long enough during a backstab that the explosion guy, when he runs over, he'll explode, but because you're in the iframes of the backstab, he won't hurt you. Obviously, we did not get that. So we'll move through here real quick, and then we will one-shot that guy. And we'll run up the ladder. And we're gonna be saving Eva this time. So we'll go for all the vestiges. Now we're gonna go this way so we don't run back through the sand since Louis' communal ran out. But you always want to have more than 20 ichor in your stock, which is why we're trying to go for a high regen on backstab. So that way we can constantly have all of our ichor, so we can keep running Louis' communal. At least for the parts where you have a lot of sand and a lot of trying to run around and everything like that. So we can use some Cloak of Winter here. So everything in here is fairly weak to Ice Crush, which is what all of these gifts are. So Baba Yaga's Gaze and Freezing Roar, they're both Ice and Crush. Oh my goodness, this guy. Louis? I guess Louis does not heal? That's very strange. I saw his gift go out, but it didn't reach to me. Oh well.
How do you feel?
Well, how do I feel? I feel like these wings are pretty awesome. So the wings are from a mod. Since I'm running a PC, I can get these mods. And basically from Nexus mod. What? Yeah. The sweet spot on these guys is just absolutely crazy to get a backstab. There, I was right behind him and I didn't get it, so oh well. Good news is we can recover ichor fairly quick. Okay. And Cloak of Winter is a very, very, very powerful AoE, which is great when you're surrounded by guys like that. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. Get the ninja guy. There we go. Now this guy's gonna run over. He's gonna jump and explode, but we're completely invincible. And that's how that should go. Yeah, see, even Louis thinks it went quite well, so we're good. Let's get an accelerator here so Freezing Roar can come out quick. And then he's gonna try that. Maybe we can get a backstab here? No. So this is where this build has very cool upfront kind of thoughts. We'll switch to the sword here. However, oh, we got a backstab. However, on these enemies in this area, in this region, it doesn't quite make for a really sustainable kind of a run. So see, we already died like, what, 2 times or 3 times already? And it's kind of rough, so we'll switch to this. We'll get our stuff back. Since we were at 26, now we're at 30. These weapons aren't exactly the best for what we're doing right now, but we'll make it work. So through here, you want to come up to the first window, and we'll get a heal up for Louis if he... Oh my goodness. Let's knock this guy down if we can. Okay. And this guy up here, if you... Oh, we're leaking. If you run up and dodge right before he shoots, you can always miss his shotgun blast. And there's another guy up around the corner that will be employing this as well. Right there. And then you can backstab him. For us, that's critical right now since we are dependent 100% on ichor, pretty much. Because our weapon is just to kind of stagger, in a sense. And see, we're not at 20, so we can't employ Louis' communal. So we're going to have to struggle our way through here. Now this guy, you want to dodge as soon as you get into this little alcove, since he shoots as soon as you come around the corner. So that's extremely critical that you remember to dodge right away. Now since this guy's up on the hill and you have a ton of sand in between, it's great that you can do the Louis' communal. We'll get an accelerator going, and then you can just dodge up the sand. We'll hit him with a freezing roar, and that kills. Good. So Louis' communal here is the place where it begins to shine. more so than any other place. Oh, and we're dead. So yeah, everything here is a one-shot since we have minus defense. So that's the downside to Louis' communal, is that we have complete negative defense on this because his communal lowers your defense by 35. We'll get some ichor back here. And since we're using an ivy blood veil through the ivory grace, we can hit enemies at a fairly good distance, and we can recover some ichor since we're dependent on ichor. There we go. So we got a couple up, and we're also full, so we can use Louis' communal coming up here into the sand parts.
Something we can use? Is that a ladder?
Okay, so that's what makes this part kind of tricky. Is that, oh, it doesn't reach. Okay. And I hit T instead of R, so oops. And so that's what makes this build kind of a strange and bizarre one. But as you see, we use our veil, and we can help ourselves out on recovery of ichor kind of at a distance. And since we're extremely dependent on it, this will help us get across the sand and different places in a much quicker fashion. And we'll go with Louis. Now this guy's coming up, so we're going to want to Cloak of Winter him, so we'll pop an accelerator, because Cloak of Winter is extremely slow on startup.
Careful. This doesn't look easy.
Oof. Yeah, he's a one-shot. But if you get him down, you're good. Thanks, Louis. You're a pal. See, so we're down to three healing items, but for this area, you can move through very quickly, which is great. Now this guy, we're going to dash over here, and then we're going to block. Come on. Block. Okay. Maybe get a backstab. Well, at least we get the stagger. Or block again. Oh boy. All the squad is here. And if we can get this off, there we go. So that's where Cloak of Winter helps. I just can't get the backstab on this guy. But we got the stagger. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's nerve-wracking. So that's the price you pay for having superior mobility.
Still go on?
Is you pay for it in defense. If these guys you keep dodging, you won't get hit. Okay. Now we're missing the 2 vestiges, but we're gonna get the ladder here first, and then we'll make the complete loop here, so that way we can make the run back. Hopefully, like last time, we won't need the run back, but most likely we will, since we have negative defense this time. So Demeter is the blood code you get after you've beaten all 4 successors and saved them, and you go back to Karen in the underground at the cathedral, and her blood code will be there. Let's fill up while we're here. Okay. So the Crown of Sand is a very annoying place, but this can kind of help with some of the quick mobility to get through the sand areas a little faster instead of just walking through and always having 0 ichor. This helps get you at least. Let's appreciate these wings here for a second. It gets you at least a chance to run an ichor build through here. However, like I said, it does come at the cost of just heavy weaknesses to your defenses. Which, if you're running solo, it just definitely won't won't be worth your time. Okay, so we got to go over there and get a vestige, and then we got to go back that way and get a vestige. So let's see, the best way to do it, let's get some health up here for Louis, heal, and then cognitive zeal, gift prowess, and let's go. Maybe we can do a Cloak of Winter here. Oh boy, got this guy again. Come over here, please. No? He's gonna try and kill Louis. Okay. We'll just roll our way over here. We'll block that. Block that, maybe. Ooh, good block. We got a stagger, maybe get a backstab. Can we get a backstab? There we go. Okay, now we can load up. And we'll do a Dark Shout. And Baba Yaga's Gaze, which should kill. So 16,000 on that attack. That's pretty good. Yeah. Nice try, buddy. Okay, let's go back and get the other vestige. So down there is the path to the missile for revealing this map area, and I guess we're gonna be just running slow through here to go back to get this vestige. We gotta fight this guy again. Okay, we got a leak. We'll take care of that. Pop some items here. Louis fighting crazy guys. That shock. Oh. Let's get a launch. Get some ichor back, and then we can hit him with a Baba Yaga's Gaze. There we go. Oh boy, we're slow walking again. I don't know how that happens. It's gotta be a bug. But we can sort of run. Oh my goodness. What is this slow walk? Okay, so there's the fourth vestige. I have no idea why I'm slow walking. That is the weirdest thing. It's like I get in the sand and then the game thinks that I'm slow walking? I don't know. See, it's still showing the shimmer like I'm in the sand. Very strange. Okay, anyways. We'll get through it. I guess we're just gonna walk through here then. Very odd. Very odd. So, we gotta... Oh, we were running there for a second. So there it fixed itself, somehow. We ran out of ichor, I guess? I don't know. Alright, now this guy, he's kind of tricky because he triggers slime over here on the side. And he's also running around like crazy. And you don't have any ability to do anything because only where the vestige is do you have flat ground. So we'll kill this guy first, hopefully. Then we'll grab this and then we'll block. That inflicts leak. Huh. Okay. Yeah, hit Louis. Then maybe we can roll over this way. There we go. This slow walk. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay. We got all the vestiges. I don't understand. Anyways, we'll go fill up, and then we'll head on up. We'll get the vestiges viewed from... I forget her name. And then we will be on our way. So for the Successor of the Throat, which is what we're coming up to, the best way to do her is Queenslayer Jack, and just take her out quick, because she basically one-shots everything and anything you do. We're still slow walking. Is it a caps lock thing or control shift? Okay, that's odd. I guess we'll... Oh my goodness. What is this? Maybe this is just a bug. With the wings. Maybe the wings are getting in the way. Maybe the wings are too heavy. Anyways, for the Successor of the Throat, if you run her with a Queenslayer Jack, I think we're going to take off auto heal. Run her with a Queenslayer Jack, she's over fairly quick. As you saw, we were a one and done in our last playthrough. Most likely will not be this time, but we'll give it our best shot. Yeah, this is regular run. And I can't do the running attack. Huh. Very weird. Okay, well, whatever. This will be even extra hard. Maybe this is Code Vein on hard mode. I wonder if they changed something in the update where you can't run anymore with a slow mobility, but this is normal. Okay, something's weird here. Let's try a mobility enhancer. Nope, still slow. Okay, and if I'm in the sand and I roll out, okay, well, looks like it's gonna be a long run up to the Successor. So we'll get our gift accelerator back up there. So I hope this has been helpful and interesting and educational for people to actually watch and see some of the different codes in action, how they handle what you pair with what and why. If not, sorry. If it is, that's great. Because these wings and this new update, we'll be seeing the victory dance. You've probably seen it in the other videos that I put up today. So here's this penguin. We always say hi. Hello. The Misto, that's right. So see, we got all 5 vestiges, fragments, and so now we watch these with her. We'll skip them, since we know Eva's... Well, we don't know Eva's backstory at this point in the game, but we know Eva's backstory just from the game. So Eva has one of the most tragic backstories in the game, as she was used as kind of like a blood bag at a hospital. So she was kind of the blood drip for a lot of Lost. And it was really sad. These revenants were using her to drain her of blood, and then as she would recover her blood, they would drain her again, and as she would recover, they would drain her again. And she had a beautiful voice, and she attempted to call and scream and yell for help. And so what they did was they crushed her larynx and her voice box, and she was no longer capable to talk. So they took away her ability to scream or cry for help. But then Jack found her, and he restored her. He helped her restore her voice, and he's the successor of the Eye. So that's why he was attempting to put the vestige back at the insatiable despot from Valerio back into her was that he could have her around as a successor because she was really, 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 really compatible to be a successor. And so she, in the upcoming cutscenes, she says that whatever my body can do to be used for him, I'm more than willing to give it up for him because he saved her. So their story is really, I think personally, one of the best ones in the entire game, just because it's so heroic and so noble and so selfless, and there's nothing in it for anyone, and that's what I like about it. They're just doing anime things to do anime things for each other, and I don't know, I think it's really wholesome. Okay, so yay, we can run again. Thank you, Themisto. So after we finish the fight here with her, I guess we'll go with the greatsword. After we finish the fight with her, we will run back down and grab the vestige that's at the bottom where Themisto was standing. So for this fight, we'll probably run it 2 or 3 times because, again, we're going to be negative negative health or negative defense.
That's a solid start.
So we'll see what we can do here. Okay, but at least we can quick dash. And we can block, but there are a bunch of unblockables here, so that's also a problem. Yes, yes, yes. So we get to see some of the story here with Jack, but don't worry, buddy. We're on the way to save your woman.
Where to get started?
Oh, Louis. Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's painful. Oh, it's so painful. Oh, so painful. Yeah. So since you're negative defense, I mean, 3,300 HP just disappears out the window. And,
Went a little too hard, huh?
well, we didn't really go hard at all, Louis. We didn't really do anything, actually. So, for the sake of time, we're just going to bash our way through this here. So that is a possible... Thanks, Jack. And sorry, we're gonna destroy her right in front of your very eyes, but don't worry, we'll get her back. Where's Dragon Lunge? The reason I go for Dragon Lunge is because it has a long reach, and we're going for Ice, and since we have the Intensified Noble Silver paired with Bridge to Glory, paired with a B+ in mind, we're set to go. Alright. And we got these wonderful wings.
Moving.
So that is why certain blood codes and certain builds are great for adventuring, and then they can become... They just fall flat when it comes to a boss. Which is kind of unfortunate, but again, that is the whole point of Code Vein. That's why Blood Code, Code Vein, it's in the title, that you want to use the different codes. They advertise the game as switching blood codes on the fly. Like you're running along, you're doing your thing, you're attacking, and then you just switch to like Eos, and then, you know, you're running along and you're attacking, and then, oh, I'm gonna switch back to, you know, Queenslayer, and it's like, well, is that really possible? Because everything has a different requirement. So just because you used it on Queenslayer, that doesn't mean anything about what you can use on Eos, for example. So I like the idea, and I like the advertising of that. That, yeah, you can just switch as you go and play different things, and how that develops. However, the reality is it's not really on the fly kind of switching play. So I'm not sure exactly what they were intending there, Bandai, for how that switch on the fly kind of gameplay would look. Maybe it's different with a controller, but with a keyboard and mouse, it really doesn't come through that well. Maybe my key bindings are just messed up or something. Or I don't have an ideal setup here, or something like that.
I've been waiting for...
Well, really? You've been waiting for me? That's nice. But yeah, it just doesn't really feel that fluid as I'm sure they were intending it to be. Which, you know, I mean, that's fine. Again, maybe they'll adjust that in if they do a sequel. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Regardless, I still enjoy the game.
That's a good idea.
It doesn't ruin it or spoil it for me. But I just wish that maybe I had a better understanding of what that meant. Okay, so one more, and then this, and we're all ready to go. Okay. Sleep for now? No. We gotta save her. See, and the stagger potential with this is just crazy. Oh, she got to the second stage. That's unfortunate. Come on, come on, come on, come on. One more. There we go. See, and the the difference between this is just absolutely bonkers to me. Yep. We saved her. Her vestige is here. So she was the successor of the throat, so she has the throat vestige from the queen. Jack is the successor of the eye. And the successor of the throat used to be Valerio. Now, who's Valerio? He's the guy from the Asclepius blood code that we get in the DLC. And he's the guy that we see lying on the ground after we defeat the insatiable despot, where Jack is pulling a vestige out of someone and he's putting it into Eva. That's the throat vestige. That's this one here.
If there's any way that my body can possibly be of use to him.
And here we see Eva
Even if it
telling you about what we were talking about earlier. Okay, let's drink some water, since this is 45 minutes in.
You're finally awake, Jack. Are you still sleeping?
Must have fallen asleep. I'm fine. Don't waste your voices. This is the time for it.
I'm afraid I can't obey that order.
Yeah.
I enjoy singing for you too much.
I gotta tell you, the modding community for this game, just crazy. They're almost better than the developers themselves. It's really amazing. Making wings and all kinds of other things. I mean, look at this.
Don't blame yourself for this, Jack.
And where is this? How does Eva know where the revenants are, where we were? In the little chapel? Well, here's the lawn chairs. This is where Io and I stand at the beginning of the game. Over here is Io's bed. There's the candles. Oh, you can barely see them. So she was here once upon a time. Or she was at the chapel once upon a time. So she knew exactly where to go to find help when she came looking for Jack, and then she couldn't find him. So she knew exactly where to go. Kind of cool that they bridge all those gaps. Sorry for the throat problems there. And yes, we're gonna restore your memory.
The relics.
And Eva is the one successor that you can restore, and this is how you get her to be a companion with you through the rest of the game and in successive playthroughs. Once you revive her once, or save her once, she'll always be part of your playthroughs. So it's beneficial to save her at least one time, so you can have her in your party. And we'll see a little bit of this here. Very good screenshot potential here. In fact, let's get one. Why not? And the lady in red has been fully realized. We make Jack a happy boy.
Eva.
See?
Eva. She's back to normal.
Yay! Alright, so we got Eva back in our team. We saved her, so that unlocks the Virgin-born at the end of the game. When you we got presents. Coin is from Jack. Eva's from flowers are from Eva. So we'll switch back to White Mia, and we'll do something different for the Crypt Spire.
Let's get going.
Maybe we'll do some kind of high ichor build. Now we got to run back down. So Eva is the one in your party that unlocks also the Harmonia blood code, and Harmonia is very good. Everything you get from there is useful. So what do you get from Harmonia? You get max ichor boost, very good. Mind willpower up, one of the best passives for almost any code. Sand Edge, it just pushes people around. Volatile Storm, a great slash gift, and gift prowess, very, very potent for any blood code that you use. Supernatural Blood is the unique for Harmonia, so we won't see that one very much, but it's a very good active if you're running some kind of bayonet build. I've seen it used in bayonets more than anything else. So here's where the penguin was, the Misto, so we picked that up. I don't know why. We're not going for the EO ending. But just to show you kind of where that is. We got lots to see in these different runs. And after a while, just fighting these bosses, they just have tons and tons of HP. There's just no reason. I guess if you have something to prove, I don't. If you have something to prove through video or something, then yeah, go ahead and do something crazy like running that Demeter build.
Let's get ready.
And trying your luck to see if you can get through it or not. But it's so painful, and it's so much time, and it's so much effort that it's like, oh, come on, let's move on. Especially when you've done it so many times, it's just the bosses kind of just stand in your way. And so to get through them as quickly as possible, almost the only build that you can is the Queenslayer Jack, which is kind of unfortunate as you get later and later. There are other builds that you can do high damage, but when bosses are so specified in their weaknesses and their strengths, that, I mean, she's weak to Ice Slash. So what's your Ice Slash active that you can run? Well, it's Aurora Flash, and it's fairly weak. So there's no other Ice Slash option. So you can't Dark Gift her, and you could do other Slash, but they're the same exact thing in that she can resist. So Ice Crush is fairly good, but I mean, you got a 10-second cooldown, and a 20-second cooldown, and a 10-second cooldown. So you have no options for quick, rapid succession, and she's resists Pierce. So even if you could have a quick cooldown, she would resist everything you're going to throw at her. So it's kind of bizarre that's a way that things go down with that. We will, let's see here. Let's run the laser build. See if we can run some lasers through here. Let's see, we're running full dark. So if we're running full dark, let's go for the Ruinous Chevalier, since it's a full dark blood veil, and it has a massively high ichor regen. And for our sword, let's see, through here, slash and pierce, slash and crush. We want something pierce. This has high defense. Oh, let's go for the Executioner. We haven't really run this sword too much. And hasten, do we want hasten? I guess normal mobility is good. So if we run Blood-Sucking Blades, get some of that ichor back quick. And we'll run this. Okay. And we have no regen for Mia, so let's go for this. And okay, we'll put this down here, that, and then we will go for, let's see, we're running dark, so maybe run an execution. So 2 long range, 1 short range. Okay, and we'll see. So we have an S in willpower, and we have very high dark, and we'll go for a gift accelerator here. Good, good, good. And then this, we'll go for maybe that. Okay, let's try this out.
Is that the provisional government's fortress?
Yes, it is.
Anyone around?
You-
There's no
you-
sense
what?
in looking
You don't-
down. Let's
Huh?
hurry.
Mia, what are you saying?
One of Mito's followers.
Yes, but watch this. We'll get a backstab. We'll get all our ichor back plus. And then we'll gun him down with Hoarfrost Stream. So even though we have high ichor usage through here, we're going to have high ichor regen.
Lost.
So we'll get all our ichor back on this guy. And then we'll cut him down with Execution. So we have the Executioner Blade and the Execution active. So that's going to be fun. And the wings are kind of crazy in the way here. This guy is weak to lightning, so that'll be good for him. Just wipe him out. And then probably at some point we're going to have to do some invisibility running, since everybody in here is just crazy active as soon as they see you.
That lever.
We should, huh? So we'll laser this guy down. Then we'll get our ichor back. So we're at 2. We're at 22. So it's just absolutely crazy how much damage, how much ichor you can get back on one single backstab. But since we're going to be having things that run very high ichor usage, it only makes sense to have something that has a high ichor regen. Now since we're not running Hasten, everything will hit a little bit less than it would if, I mean, I guess we could run the pipe, but even then, because the Ruinous Chevalier is 60 pounds, I believe it's 60 pounds. Yeah, so it's 60 pounds, so we'd have to have something that gets us down to 50 pounds, so we could run the Black Blood Liberator, which also has the same regen, but look at the defensive stats. So it's basically just a worse Ruinous Chevalier. I mean, it's pretty much the difference. So we could run that, and then we could run like the pipe, and we would well, you can't even run the pipe. So you're at 54, so we need to lose 2 more pounds. So you could run, yeah. Well, so we'll just keep the Ruinous Chevalier and the Executioner. That'll be fine. Okay, so up here, we will want to get as much damage out as possible. Oops. On that guy. And then for this guy, we will want a backstab. So we get back our ichor. And then we can cut him down. So that's good. That was a very horrible display of play there, but okay. And then when we get into this room, there's an ambush with monkeys, and I just absolutely abhor the monkeys. So we're going to run in, wait for the monkeys to jump in. Oh. So I was hoping Hoarfrost Stream... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know, Mia. Okay, whew. Okay. The monkeys are just the worst thing Just the worst. Just absolutely the worst. Hi, Mia. Looking good in white.
We'll put that to good use.
So, this is from the update, and it is just incredible. Because we can do this,
Is that all you've got?
and we truly are the Angel of Light. Oh, it's crazy. And then in photo mode, take off our mask and frame, turn this on long, play, turn this to float 1, this to pose 5, pause it, get a nice image here, and then we go up, and then you can make Mia surprised. So she's a little surprised and embarrassed, maybe? I don't know. She's like, oh. I guess I would be too. I don't know. Oh. 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 Yeah. Photo mode just got absolutely amazing. So, for those of you who enjoy the pictures and everything, that will be a fantastic place
I'll follow.
to be able to
Keep this pace up.
just play around and do some great things there. Alright, so through here we've got an invasion. I think we'll skip the invasion for now since we're
Where do you think this leads?
hitting close to the 1 hour mark here.
I can't help but feel like an
We did the
unexpected
invasion
guest.
last time with Louis as Heimdall. I think we'll skip it this time, but it would be fairly simple since we would be lasering everything. Ooh, those wings look good in this light. Oh my goodness. Yep. Let's go up. And if we had the gold mask, yeah, it would be just absolutely ridiculous.
Is that all you've got?
Okay.
You can't go ahead on your own.
Can't go ahead on my own? Why not? I guess because you're here with me. So these guys, I typically go for the one on the left since he has a longer walk around time, and so I go for this guy first.
I feel more effective already.
And then the other guy, since we were already going around, will come up behind him. And then we can get 20 ichor back, just like that. And if we go for another backstab, if Mia doesn't kill him, oh, okay, then we could get another 20, and we could be full in 2 backstabs. So that's the strength of this build, is that when you're running low on the stocks of ichor, you can just simply get it all back almost instantaneously. So if you run this Ruinous Chevalier or a Black Blood Liberator on a different build, you would still be getting
Want to try for an ambush?
a whole bunch back. So it's a great blood veil for doing that. So now you see we got struck with that bullet on from that gunner, and that created an interrupt on Hoarfrost stream, and so it didn't do the full 360 spin. So that's the problem with Hoarfrost stream, is that even though it gets off, it doesn't actually cast fully exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay, good job, Mia. So you always want to watch for that interrupt. I don't know why that is the way it is, because it's one of the craziest gifts that you can get in the game, but then as soon as it's interrupted, it does absolutely zero. So, kind of strange. We'll wait for the doors forever. So for the Blade Bearer and Cannoneer, they have many different ways of defeating them. Red Army 313 did a one-shot build on the Blade Bearer.
Climbed a long way.
That is that is, yes, do that. This is not going to be that. So, but that is the way to get through them as quickly as possible. Just run any kind of one-shot build with either a sword or the mace or the Argent Wolf Poleaxe. Any one of those are great one-shot options. No, but we can do this, Mia. And that's these guys. So that was fun. Yeah, we've been climbing for a little bit, like 15 minutes. But for this, what you can do is employ some of the tactics that we did in the City of Falling Flame, where you build for resistances, and you can build against. Excuse me. You can build against ice and fire, all at the same time. Uh-oh, did not get the backstab, so I paid for it. Okay, he's dead. Good. We'll execute this guy. See, this guy's still up? Yeah. Okay. That's why I picked execution for this, is so that we can have something close up while spending a fairly small amount of ichor. So for this guy up here, we're going to laser him before he even gets a chance to move. And then if that, yeah, that should kill. 20,000. Very nice. We should be able to use it. How about up here? And again, this build, very fragile. I mean, we've used 7 health regens so far, so oof, it's pretty weak in that regard. So let's get some ichor back so we can kill these guys in one shot. Okay. We'll just load up on items here. And we'll go for this guy first. And hopefully we'll kill the monkeys. Oh, nope. See? That interrupt? I was going for a full room kill in one shot. And the monkeys... Ugh, the monkeys. There's just no end to them being dumb. Alright, there's that guy. Yeah, the monkeys, man, they're the worst thing in the game. There's another monkey somewhere? Where is he? Oh well. I'll just ignore him. He can continue being weird. So that's another reason why this build actually has some problems with it, because as soon as things get interrupted, it doesn't operate so well. Now this guy has a chance to drop the Lost Zweihander, so we'll see if we're so lucky here. Nope. So that is one of the enemies in the game that you can farm to get that sword. It's a very underused sword because it has very limited drop pool. Megatech Body did a video where he fought the Queen's Knight Reborn, and he actually used it in that video. This is one of the very few videos that I've ever seen that actually uses that sword, and it's pretty rare. Again, look at these wings. Oh, amazing. Alright, so that takes us to the 1 hour mark. We will pick up right here.
Take a bit of a break?
Yes, I do want to take a bit of a break. And thankfully we made it through. Oh, more presents. Look at this. Louis, Murasame, Coco, and Davis or Tyrone. So, again, the Ascents. It's just incredible. So, hopefully that was a different way that you could run through the Crypt Spire here. It's not exactly clean. It does take a lot of just stamina to be able to get through it, just because you're constantly taking damage from monkeys. Not really too much else because you build for the weaknesses in the rooms. but the monkeys are always a problem. But if Hoarfrost Stream, like I said, gets off and goes in a full 360, that also is where the benefits can come in. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll pick up right here, maybe over the weekend, with the Blade Bearer and Cannoneer, and some of the strategies that we can go against them with. Thanks for watching.